Welcome to the 5-Minute Warfare podcast from 5minutewarfare.com, where we dive into history's most pivotal battles and military strategies in around 5 minutes. If you enjoy the show and would like to support us, please consider buying us a coffee. Head on over to 5minutewarfare.com/coffee to see how. This is episode 28, the Gulf War Operation, Desert Storm, and Modern Air Power. The Gulf War, fought between 1990 and 1991, was one of the most significant conflicts of the late 20th century, showcasing the dominance of modern air power in warfare. It was a short but intense conflict triggered by Iraq's invasion of Kuwait, leading to a massive international military response led by the United States. Operation Desert Storm, the combat phase of the war, demonstrated the effectiveness of precision airstrikes, technological superiority, and coalition warfare in a way never before seen. It marked a turning point in modern military history, proving that air power, combined with rapid ground operations, could decisively shape the outcome of a war. The origins of the Gulf War lay in long-standing tensions between Iraq and Kuwait. Iraqi leader Saddam Hussein accused Kuwait of overproducing oil, driving down global prices, and damaging Iraq's struggling economy in the aftermath of its war with Iran. He also claimed that Kuwait was historically a part of Iraq, using this as a pretext for invasion. On the 2nd of August 1990, Iraqi forces launched a swift assault, overwhelming Kuwait's defenses and occupying the country within days. The international community swiftly condemned the invasion, and the United Nations imposed economic sanctions while calling for Iraq's immediate withdrawal. As diplomatic efforts failed, the United States, under President George H.W. Bush, led the formation of a multinational coalition, including Britain, France, Saudi Arabia, and several other nations. The coalition amassed over 900,000 troops in Saudi Arabia in preparation for military action under Operation Desert Shield, a defensive phase designed to protect Saudi territory from further Iraqi aggression. By January 1991, with Iraq refusing to withdraw from Kuwait, the coalition launched Operation Desert Storm, a massive air campaign designed to cripple Iraq's military infrastructure before a ground assault. The air war began on 17 January 1991 with a relentless bombing campaign that would last for over a month. Coalition forces, led by the United States, deployed a vast array of advanced aircraft, including stealth bombers, precision-guided munitions, and cruise missiles. The F-117 Nighthawk, America's stealth fighter, played a crucial role in striking high-value targets in Baghdad with minimal risk of detection. Tomahawk cruise missiles, launched from naval vessels, pounded key Iraqi command centers, air defenses, and communication networks. The coalition's superior technology allowed them to neutralize Iraq's air force and anti-aircraft systems within days, establishing complete air superiority. One of the most significant aspects of the air campaign was the use of precision-guided weapons. Unlike previous conflicts, where bombing raids relied heavily on saturation tactics, Desert Storm showcased the effectiveness of laser-guided bombs and satellite-guided missiles. This technology allowed coalition forces to strike Iraqi military targets with unprecedented accuracy, reducing collateral damage and minimizing civilian casualties. The destruction of Iraq's command and control networks left Saddam's forces disorganized, further weakening their ability to resist. Iraq attempted to counter the air assault with Scud missile attacks, targeting Saudi Arabia and Israel. In response, the coalition deployed Patriot missile batteries to intercept and destroy incoming Scuds, marking one of the first large-scale tests of missile defense systems in combat. While some Scuds did get through, causing civilian casualties, the overall impact was limited, and Iraq failed to provoke Israel into entering the war, which could have fractured the coalition's unity. After 5 weeks of relentless air bombardment, the coalition launched the ground offensive on 24 February 1991. Within just 100 hours, Iraqi forces in Kuwait were utterly overwhelmed. The coalition's ground forces, including British armoured divisions and American mechanized units, executed a well-coordinated assault, outflanking and encircling Iraqi troops. The left hook maneuver, a sweeping movement through the desert to cut off Iraqi forces from retreating north, proved highly effective. Many Iraqi soldiers, already demoralized from the constant air attacks, surrendered en masse, The few units that attempted resistance were quickly neutralized by coalition firepower. By 28 February, Kuwait was fully liberated, and a ceasefire was declared. The war had lasted just over 6 weeks, with minimal coalition casualties compared to previous large-scale conflicts. Iraq suffered heavy losses, with tens of thousands of troops killed or captured, and its military infrastructure left in ruins. The rapid victory cemented the Gulf War's reputation as one of the most decisive conflicts in modern history, largely due to the overwhelming effectiveness of air power. The war had significant geopolitical consequences. While Saddam Hussein remained in power, his regime was severely weakened, and Iraq was subjected to years of economic sanctions and no-fly zones enforced by Western powers. The Gulf War also reinforced American military dominance, proving that air superiority and technological advancements could achieve swift and decisive victories. It reshaped military doctrine, with nations investing heavily in precision-guided munitions, stealth technology, and integrated battlefield communications. However, despite its success, the Gulf War also left unresolved tensions. Saddam's survival ensured that Iraq remained a long-term threat, leading to further conflicts, including the Iraq War in 2003. Some critics argued that the coalition's decision to halt at Kuwait's border, rather than pushing into Baghdad to remove Saddam, allowed his regime to remain a destabilizing force in the region. The war also highlighted the risks of modern warfare's reliance on technology, raising questions about civilian casualties, the environmental impact of bombing campaigns, and the long-term consequences of military interventions. The Gulf War remains a landmark conflict in the history of modern warfare. It was the first war to be broadcast live on television, bringing images of precision airstrikes, missile launches, and night vision battles into homes around the world. It demonstrated the effectiveness of modern air power, proving that wars could be won not just with brute force, but through superior technology, intelligence, and coordination. Operation Desert Storm redefined military strategy, setting the stage for future conflicts in the 21st century and leaving an enduring legacy in the evolution of warfare. I hope you enjoyed that episode of 5-Minute Warfare from 5minutewarfare.com. If you did, please leave us a review wherever you get your podcasts, and while you're there, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any future episodes. If you would like to support us more directly, please consider buying us a coffee. Head on over to 5minutewarfare.com/coffee to see how. You may also be interested in our other 5-minute podcasts. Check them out at 5minuteproductions.com. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you next time.